Hello everyone. Today, hopefully you can hear me and all of the music and everything is good. Let me know if it's not. Today I'm going to be cutting up the glass for this. I planned this out earlier this morning. I have everything drawn onto my glass, so we just have to cut it. I feel like this needs to go down a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, it's like petal chaos right here. Not too bad though, not too bad. I'm a little dramatic. We'll just go ahead and start with this. I have my white scrappy bin that I'm just gonna leave. We'll put it up here. I have my scoring tool and we'll go ahead and get started. So I think what I'm gonna do is we'll cut this off first. Oh no, I forgot to update my, oh no, I forgot to update the stream title. No, I even was like, hold on, I'm not soldering, I'm cutting glass. Hold on. I was like, don't do it again, and I didn't remember. Stand by. Oh my gosh, that is such a clickbait. Sorry. Hello. I'm sorry to disappoint Warren. Yes, all I'm doing is cutting glass today. There's no soldering. It is really hot right now, so even if I had anything to solder, I wouldn't. Because it's hot. It's warm in here. Although, I probably will be soldering something tomorrow, and I'll show you what. I'm very excited about it. I just posted it on on my Discord. Oh, it's a feather. I haven't made a feather before, and I was like, am I really a stained glass artist if I haven't made a feather? But I'm gonna be doing something kind of cool where this was a test piece that I painted some like little stars on. So it's gonna be like a galaxy feather. Anyway, hello. Hope y'all are doing well. Your helmet seems a bit flimsy. It's not the best helmet, but it'll do. Thank you. How have you guys been? I know I'm not on as much, but I think I have like a good little Wednesday, Sunday thing going now. You can kind of see it through the chat. Just leave it there. I take it that you're doing just fine after your close encounter with death via cat bite. Cats are nasty. Cats are just nasty. Great. Hello, Bull Strength. How is it going? Like I didn't just talk to you. Trying to play it cool. Woo. I've been staying super crazy busy lately. I have 3 commissions, technically 4 commissions right now. So I have this one, this double anchor, and then I'm working on 2 goat portraits as well. So they're all kind of, I started all of them at the same time. I just decided to overload myself because I don't know why. Money. I also felt bad because these people have been waiting forever and I'm a slowpoke, so lots of work for me right now, which is great. Which is just fantastic. And the goats that I'll be working on are part of a herd of 19 goats that she wants me to make a portrait for each one of her 19 goats, which is so crazy because I love goats. I just love them. He has a handlebar. He's working on it. He needs to buy wax for it though. He gets like, he has a cowlick on one side. So one side goes down and the other goes up. He's got to train it. This is kind of a weird piece because it's part of a filler piece, but it's okay. We'll cut it up later. Oh dear. Oh no. No. Oh no. Feta cheese baby farts. No. Wow. Oh, poor thing. His poor little tummy probably hurts so bad. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that babies could have goat milk. I know that my old roommate was like really into her cats, and so she would like buy goat milk and like raw meat for her cats, and they didn't even like it. So I really like goat cheese. Goat cheese is like one of my favorite cheeses that exists. So if we have goats, it'd be really cool. Get some goat cheese. Goat cheese is best cheese. Whoops, sorry. That was probably really loud. Oh, that's cool. Your baby was the 100% exact opposite. Oh, it sucks. Well, you live and you learn. My brother, when they had their first kid, they would like call him like the names of the things that would happen to him. Like I can't even complete that story because the one name that they had for him was so bad. Like it was so loving, but it was so bad. But basically they would just like the name they would come up with would be roasting him for like a blowout that happened or something. Little feta farts. Oh, poor little feta farts. Oh, that's not where I want that. It was Mr. It was Mr. and then that, but like the full word for the last. Oh, I can't say it, but if you type it, then it'll. Brian remembers the story. Let's see. It was so bad. I cried laughing when they told me that too. I was like, that's terrible. Little baby feta farts. And then, but you know what? Then when he's older, you can be like, we called you feta farts for the first 4 months of your life because this. Oh. Hello. I'm confused, but you are here. Man, that's how real nicknames start too. Just goes into adulthood being called feta. It's good. Hey Noctis, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I am cutting the glass for this daisy piece. It's not an egg. I just like doing this oval shape. Oh, I'll leave this like this. So I'm cutting all the petals and the clouds right now. And we'll also, if we can get through all of this, I also have this project. Which is like, these are actually, it's two Both of my commissions right now are memorial pieces, which is like, I didn't even realize that until just now. But yeah, so 2 memorial pieces. So I have the glass all planned out. Eggs, food. Just ate a tin of sardines. I have so many cans and boxes of sardines because I've heard that they're really good, and I'll like get them when they're BOGO because I like to just have like extra food and stuff. And I like still cannot bring myself to eat the sardines. I just can't do it. Like, I don't know. Are you supposed to eat the whole thing? Teach me your sardines ways. Look, I'm missing out. What? Roanoke has a passion for sardines. I could just go grab a dang can of sardines right now and try it. Are they really fishy? I have so many. Oh no. Three seasons a year, I have a giant salad for lunch every day with sardines on top. What kind of salad? What kind of dressing? Drop the recipe so I can try this bumpin' salad. I catch my sardines. Oh, Brian had this client like a while ago that would just like gift us food all the time. It was so tight. And he went to Sprouts, which I don't know if you guys have Sprouts over there, but it's basically like kind of like a Whole Foods or like a Fresh Market. And he bought these pre-cooked shrink-wrapped salmon fillets. My God, it was the best thing I'd ever eaten. Mackerel, tuna, just cider vinegar, and olive oil. Dang, that is a clean salad. Oops. That's such a clean meal. I go through little phases where I really like to eat salads. And it's usually when I'm in my like low carb keto phases. And I might have to try that. Sardines. I need to just suck it up and do it. Sea salt, dried seaweed flakes. Ooh. Wow. Real fancy. Lettuce, sometimes radishes. A salad like that is so good though. I've never had a heart of palm. I've like had them brought to me, but like on salads and stuff, but I never actually ate it because I don't know. I don't know. I never knew what it was until like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. See, and what I was saying is the salad you're describing, that's like so clean. You walk away from that feeling like I've had salads like that. I've had, especially like at a fancy restaurant, you just walk away feeling like the epitome of health. Ooh, heart of palm. What do you know like the carb content of that? Sardines in water are probably best. They taste a little smoky. Lately I've been eating sardines in sunflower oil, but they taste good. Yeah, a lot of the ones that I bought are in olive oil because those are the ones that are always just on sale. I just like kept seeing all these people posting online about like Deans. Gotta get on the Deans. Sardines. And I was like, alright, well, maybe I should try it then. Sardines are fine on crackers, maybe with a drop of hot sauce. Thank you for subscribing. Sardine chat. Hello. I know we've been talking about sardines for a minute now, but I'm like very interested. There's two people that seem very passionate about sardines. Like, what am I missing out on? Up until 2015, I like basically had the worst diet ever. Aw, man, that sucks. Little tip came off. A little tippy. I think that'll be fine. That is fine. Sardine custom set. Sardine stained glass. But yeah, up until like 2015, I had one of the worst diets that you've ever seen. Like I only ate junk food in Panda Express and Ben & Jerry's. So yeah, that was really bad. And then I started doing keto and I lost a bunch of weight, so that was cool. So there was like a lot of foods that I had never tried before because I had the palate of a 10-year-old. So there is one brand that's okay. Love you if you feed them sardines. Canned pink salmon is delish, not unlike tuna. It's god with liquid smoke. Ooh, that's a good idea. I got a bunch of canned salmon on sale recently too, so that will give me gives me ideas for how to eat it and prepare it and stuff. I think the best part about when I was really out of shape too, and really like I was like, I'm not kidding, I was pre-diabetic. Like I had to go to the emergency room one day because I got pneumonia from when I forget what I did, but I got pneumonia. And they took my blood sugar and I was pre-diabetic. And I remember asking a doctor, I was like, can I fix my diet and like do keto and like help my hormones that way? And she was like, no, just keep taking medication, because they wanted to put me on metformin to control my blood sugar. And I was like, I don't trust that. And so I started doing keto and everything was fine. Yes, glass cutting is very satisfying, especially if you get it just right. So that started my inherent like distrust of doctors, that like interaction and subsequent weight loss. Canned mackerel is a little tough, supposedly has most omega-3s, but I have to eat it refrigerated and drowned in liquid smoke. I need to get liquid smoke. I don't think I have any. I think I used to. They really are. They really, really are. I was like, I don't want to take metformin. I feel like I should be able to like control, because I started researching keto and low carb and stuff. And I started researching it and I was really scared, because I was like, what if I like mess up my body? What if I like, not like it wasn't already messed up from being really, really fat, but or overweight. obese. I was technically obese on the little body chart scale. And I was like, I feel like you have to be able to fix this with diet. And I did. But then I went to a doctor years later and I told her that I was on keto and she was like, oh, that's awesome. Keto is so good. Hey, kitty, how you doing? Dang, it's like the D-Live crew today. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like you have to have someone who isn't just like regurgitating verbatim what they learned in a medical textbook. Like, I feel like you gotta have some like really good doctors like use intuition and like their own knowledge that they've gained. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like there's just too many doctors that are like, medical textbook, this is it, this is all that I know. And then they like don't know anything about nutrition and they don't know what to tell you and they just tell you to eat less salt and take blood pressure medications. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. Sorry, I'm missing messages. Get the original hickory liquid smoke. The mesquite just doesn't jive with fish. Very good. D-Live is really lovely. I have been pushing my YouTube more because my YouTube channel has been growing a lot, which is very nice. So I have been really enjoying it. And a lot of, like, on Wednesdays, or not Wednesdays, today's Wednesday. On Sundays, my YouTube live streams are poppin'. Yeah, I'm restreaming on D-Live, YouTube, and Twitch right now. I think I have 10 followers on Twitch, which I don't really post or like promote that one, but I don't know. I feel like it's like I'll just do it whenever. Ugh. I just like don't promote it. I've had like one organic viewer from Twitch before. Yay. Why am I so slow? I always get so distracted. Oh, I should post this. I'm gonna just like do this every time in case anyone wants to join my Discord. I'm about to pop the link in the chat. My Discord is mainly like for learning stuff and learning crafts and all that good stuff. Yeah, it is. So if anyone wants to join my Discord, the link is there. It's a lot of like, I have like channels for promoting small businesses, whatever those small businesses may be, and learning crafts and stuff, or just posting like pictures of your dogs. It's pretty chill. No one wants to join? I have a pretty poppin' little community that I'm proud of on there. I feel like I've grown quite a bit on Discord, and I like the little group I have. Hey, Carl. All streams are IRL streams. basically that is by far my favorite sticker. Officially my favorite sticker on DLive. The little underwear dance. It's so good. No, I haven't. I forgot. I lost that list. Let me see. Or it got buried. I've been so busy with the freaking this stuff. Here, I'm just gonna. Oh no! O's won't let me in. Let's see. I'm just gonna Google it right now. That way I don't forget. Jamie. Space tiger tattoos. Ooh. It's kind of like new school-esque. This is really cool. Alright, that's in my history now, so I can go back. Let's see, just got into stained glass. Aw, thanks for watching. I'm really glad that my videos are helpful. I do plan on getting out another video soon. I said this week, but I've been so busy that like I just haven't been able to film anything. Because I've had a lot of requests for more soldering videos. So I'm gonna try to build on the soldering because I know it's like the scariest step when you're first starting. But yeah, I'm super happy that you like my videos and that I can be helpful. Because trust me, when I first started stained glass, everything I know for the most part, I like just learned. I was in the trenches. I was getting cuts. My first project, it took me like 8 hours to cut the glass. It's not even that big because I just had no idea what I was doing, and there weren't really a lot of YouTube videos when I started. So that was about what, like a year and a half ago. So yay, that makes me so happy. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I know that not everyone uses Discord, but if you guys want to join my Discord, I posted the link a few messages back. And I would love if you guys want to share the projects that you've done. You can feel free to post them there. I would love to see everything that people have been working on. I've had a few people tag me in the Monstera leaf pattern that I offered. They like made it and showed me, and I just love seeing it being made, and seeing everyone's like cute little touches that they're putting on it. So if not, no worries. I didn't know what Discord was until like 4 or 5 months ago. And I was like, ew, what is this? I don't know what this is. But yeah, I have like different channels on my Discord where you can share your crafts and share your different art and all that, and just like have a place where you can have some positive feedback or constructive criticism or whatever you would like. I have some people on there that do block printing, and they've been helping me with and like really encouraged me to start doing block printing. So I made my first pattern like 2 weeks ago, and then I'm in the middle of the one I'm working on now, and I just haven't had time to do it because I've been just doing commissions like crazy. But they've been like a crazy resource. I was kind of shocked that I actually had people come in that like could teach me stuff. I know that sounds weird, but I was just like, help everyone learn stuff. It's so cool that it actually worked. Let's see. Yeah, so Discord is like, so people can have their own, it's a server is basically what it's called. And it's like a room where there's different categories. So I have like a lot of different like IRL categories for like sharing pictures of your pets and nature pictures and stuff like that. And then I have like places where you can share your art. So It's cool. It's really nice. I have like voice channels on there that I've been in my voice chat a few times. I'm trying to be in more recently. And like sometimes I'll live stream just in my Discord when I'm working on an outline or something. Do you ever find that with trying to fix the solder, you mess it up more? Yes. That is a huge problem. I find that when trying to fix the solder, just make sure you're reapplying flux, because if that flux, like if you never reapply and you're just adding more and more, it's not going to be able to melt like hardly at all. So just make sure you're putting more flux on, not too much. It shouldn't be drowning. But I find that just being very slow and meticulous about it, and just really taking your time to let the area around where you're trying to fix melt, then it'll give better results. And then also applying that flux, that way it can melt more easily. So, but yeah, I've definitely had times where I'm like, oh, let me just fix this one part, and then I have to redo the whole thing. It's so frustrating, but it just, soldering, like, there's still times that I struggle with soldering, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible looking, but I promise, like, the more you do it, the easier it'll get, as with everything. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, like, feel free to ask in the comments. I try to be pretty on top of my comments section on YouTube, so I try to get to it like in a day or two. That way people aren't waiting too long, but yeah, hopefully I can have a video out soon. All right, all of our petals are cut up, which is great. Superb. Hold on, y'all, I'm parched. Does DLive like limit the Discord links? What happened? I'm not entirely certain if I know what happened to the earlier with your issue, kitty. I don't really like, my only rules are that you're respectful to people and whatever they're posting. It's mostly like art it's mostly an art and small business server, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, and just be respectful to whatever people are posting and play nice and blah blah blah. Not saying that you're going to be disrespectful, but I just have to preface that whenever I invite people in. But I think my Discord's pretty chill. We got a lot of really nice people, so. I'm doing this because I'm gonna have to go in with a really small bit. I don't want these circles to come off, because this is gonna have to be really precise. So this is water resistant. Ah, I see. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, so this is water resistant, the silver Sharpie is, so that's why I put silver on there. Ugh. Oh, I thought you said I'll be disrespectful. I thought you were just like, no. Oh, I read that wrong. Thank you. All my friends are always like, I'm not doing that. And they're just like purposefully defiant. So I thought that's what you were doing. Great. I like totally expect all of my friends to just be like, I don't care. I'm going to just talk back to all of your friends. Oh, this needs silver. But anyway, how are you doing, kitty? I hope your day is going well. Is this the color I want, though? Yeah. Wonderful. This glass is really hard to break because of this texture. Ugh. Ugh. That's wonderful. I've had like a kind of a weird day. Like I've been really busy, but it's been really hot. Ugh. And I get weird when it's hot. I just like, I'm grumpy. Good thing I live in Florida. So that crazy little inny bit, that's gonna be my ring saw is gonna do all the work for that. I think it's kind of cool. I like it. Kind of looks like trees, which is the point. I am in Central Florida. Let's say Central. Keep it vague. Not like it's that hard to find where I'm at, but you know, I have to keep up the illusion, right? Why do you ask? Are you in Florida as well? Are you looking to move to Florida? It seems like everyone is looking to move to Florida right now. We went biking on Saturday and we saw 5 Florida license plates and the rest were out of town. And it was an hour drive north to get where we were going. We're just like, what? No Floridians are on the road right now. What do you mean? Ah, I see. Yeah, this class is fun. I like it. It's very fun. I used this for a turtle shell one time. It came out really, really cool because there's parts that are brown in it, like really cool brown. So I used it for a sea turtle. I don't know if this method is going to work with this. We're going to try. feel like that's so loud. Oh, okay. Well, I muted it just in case. We got him. Got him. For glass like this, I feel like it's always really hard to cut, and then I purposefully choose the spot that it's on because of how the colors look. So it can be heartbreaking when you go to break it and it doesn't break right, and then you have to find another spot. Move to Tennessee. Ooh. We were very interested in moving into that part of the country, although Florida is really awesome right now. So we really want to stay here, but if the real estate prices keep doing what they're doing, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure our landlords are, like, really mad at us because for houses in this area that are being put up for rent right now, they are, because we've been here for 4 years now, and they can't raise the rent that much. But let's see. There are houses for rent in our neighborhood that were just put on the market for rent that are $700 more than what we're paying for the same house size. So we are getting technically a really good deal. And I know our landlords are like, no, we're losing out on so much money. Poor things. I'm not even gonna try to break this. We're gonna just grind this down. Yeah, real estate is wild here right now. Wild. There's a house that's right down the street from us that it's a 2-2 on like 0.1 acres going for $279,000. What? A cracker box for $279? Get out of town, take a bus, goodbye. That's ridiculous. Oh, this needs to go over here. Ah! Ridiculous. I'm sorry. I really like talking about real estate, so my live streams always devolve to me talking about real estate. Always. Oh. Hello? Yay. Would you recommend a pencil grip over a pistol grip? I used a pistol grip last night. I had a ton of trouble. I personally don't like, yes, I love this glass, but I personally don't like pistol grip. I I feel like it's a really bad position for my wrist specifically. And the thing that I like about pencil is that I can hold it like a pencil, but if I'm starting to get wrist fatigue because I have chronic tendonitis in my wrist all the way from back when I was in high school, I can switch to doing it this way, and I'll kind of like grip it in my fingers and push with my thumb. So I like the variability of being able to switch back and forth, especially because I'll be cutting glass for 4 to sometimes 7 hours a day, depending on what I'm doing that day. So pistol grip is going to limit you, and honestly, I'm so heavy-handed with when I cut too that I feel like I would just snap it in half. So a lot of times pistol grip is recommended for beginners, but I personally never had a pistol grip. I started with a pencil and I've always used it. You could try, the other one is the custom grip. I forget the other name for it. I think I threw out the little piece. But basically it's a little bit shorter, and there's like a plastic part that comes out here, and you rest like that. And that can feel a little bit better than like doing that. So I hope that helps. Pencil grip for life. Pistol grip too, if you fill it with too much oil, I've heard that they leak something fierce. I sometimes have a problem with this leaking when I first start using it, but usually it evens out and I don't really have a problem with it. There is like a really big debate with filling your cutter with oil. There are some stained glass artists that are like, no, I'll never do it. But like, if you don't do it, you're gonna ruin the tip of your cutting tool, and you're gonna go through this in like 4 months. So there's some that, or they'll have like a little thing of oil and they'll dip it every time they go to cut, which just makes me, it sounds like psychopathic to me. It's just like, well, I don't know. I would take so much more extra time. Yeah, I really like pencil. This thing was like $10. So, or wait, no, this was more because it's a Toyo cutter. So make sure you get Toyo. Toyo is a Japanese brand, and I had my last cutting tool that I had, the handle was like falling apart because obviously, look, it's cheap plastic, but the cutter itself was perfect. So that's the part that's the most important. So if you're gonna get one, get a Toyo cutter. Toyo. It's trash. This is gonna be so stinking cute. I'm so excited for this. I think this blue is so cool for the sky too. Check this out. Check this out. I should have cut the other pieces before telling you to check this out. We got our perfect poofy white clouds. Yes. So good. Look at that. Nice little stratigraphy. The stratigraphy. I'll just leave that right there. Yay. I'm gonna need to go get a Band-Aid. I usually just, like, whatever, I just ignore it. So, I'm gonna turn this to look at my blinds and my desk. Hold on, I'm just gonna go get a little band-aid for my poor fingy. Give me just a second. Alright, hello everyone. I'm back. Got a band-aid for my stupid little finger. Great. You'll find a lot of times for my new stained glass people that you'll get cut and you like don't even notice, and then you'll just be like, and it doesn't hurt, but it bleeds forever, and that's the most annoying part about it. Sometimes it does hurt, but most of the time you're just like, oh, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm used to it. It's fine. It's more annoying than anything else. It probably happens, like, every day. I don't like that song. That was weird. Spooky door opening noise. Ew. Yeah, so good. I'm excited. This piece is really cool too because they kind of gave me free reign. Well, they just said they wanted daisies in it, and they're like, I don't have an idea, and I was like, okay, cool. So I really love the projects where I get to just kind of have at it, and I feel like those projects are what helped me grow and what helped me like kind of hone my artistic abilities. It was crazy too because before I started stained glass, I hadn't drawn in forever. And it's like been cool to watch the evolution of me being able to draw. Like the feather, I don't know. I'm like super proud of the feather that I drew. That's definitely not something that I would have been able to draw like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm just gonna let my ring saw do all the work here. I could cut this down more, but it's kind of a hassle, and it's always like really stressful because you're like, ooh, what if it breaks the wrong way? Because this could very easily just like, and just, we're not gonna deal with it. We're just not gonna deal with that. No, I want to, but I haven't. I had someone request it, but then they never replied, so I was like, okay. But I want to. I might make like a simple version of it. I actually haven't made a bear ever before. Like, how does that make sense? But I want to remedy that, and I want to make a bear. I want to make like a it's like kind of a stereotypical thing that I see a lot of stained glass artists do, but they do like the silhouette of a bear like walking, like a side profile. And I feel like I could turn that into my own fun thing. Like I could add something to it to make it not just like just a boring bear, you know. But something with a bear like that, and then like the constellations. I really want to. Like I think it'd be cool to paint the constellations. Break! There's this super sharp part on this glass pane that it got me yesterday, and then it literally just cut the exact same part of my hand. Stupid. It's all part of the job. I also can't justify making myself stained glass. I don't know if that's like weird, but I haven't wanted to make the little bear cub because it would basically just be for me. And I don't like having too much clutter. I have too much clutter, and I don't like having too much clutter. Although right now, it's actually not that bad. I cleaned up a little bit, so could be worse. Oh, I think this is gonna look so nice. You can see it a little bit. Oh, I know it. Hey Deuce, how's it going? I'm pretty accident prone too, so what are you gonna do? This glass is so thick, I am gonna have a problem with doing the border. So the border is going to be the lead came that goes all the way around the edge to make it look nice and finished. We might have a problem with the blue too, I'm not certain. I hope not. Let's try it. So this is the lead came right here. You can see it comes, normally it comes in a 6-foot section. This is a little bent up, but I'll just pull it apart to get that weird, whatever is going on with how this got bent up. Okay, so that'll fit just fine. There's no way on God's green earth that's gonna fit. So, luckily it's only for a few parts. But I think I'll probably have to use my bigger lead cane, which I don't like doing. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's harder to pull the tension out, so you can see how just curved that is, and it's like thick. It is thick. And even still, it doesn't fit in this one because stupid art glass is special. Actually, it does fit. Just barely though. So what I'll have to do is I have this like boot looking thing that goes through the channel and it widens it so it can fit the glass. So I guess I will have to use this thicker cane. Ugh. I don't know if anyone has a Switch and they're into playing relaxing games, but there's a game that I feel like was made for me that's coming out in a few months. Oh, I don't know when actually, but it's called Bear and Breakfast, and it's a bed and breakfast that you build and run and you're a bear. And it's just like the most micromanagey thing that I was like, this literally feels like it was made for me. What the heck? What in the heck? Because I love little games like that where you like resource farm and like improve stuff. Right now I'm playing a game called Spiritfarer, which is one of the most sad things I've ever witnessed in my life. I didn't know that a game could make me shed a tear, but it has. Hey, Papa Bear. Yeah, it's like, it's a really cute, like, the art is really cute for it. Well, I don't know if you're talking about Bear and Breakfast or Spiritfarer. But yeah, Spiritfarer is really fun. like, I can't get enough of like open world sandboxy type games. Just love it. I used to play like Minecraft, obviously, but No Man's Sky is like space Minecraft, which is just like it. When it came out, I had no expectations, and that was literally the most fun game I had ever played up to that point. Bear and breakfast. It's really cute sounding. It's kind of like top down. You're just a cute little bear and you run a bed and breakfast, but there's a spooky part to it that I don't know. Like, ooh. So I'm excited for that. I don't think there's a release date yet, which is kind of disappointing, but we're almost done. Yes. Valheim! Yes, I know. Listen, Valheim is literally... I would crack out on it. I've purposefully not played it because of the addictive properties. And it's like, if I play something by myself... Yeah, Spiritfarer has been so fun. I've been so into it. But it's super sad. I followed you and loved your content. Oh, yay! No, you're good. I understood what you meant. That's so fun. I'm so glad to have you here. I know my TikTok, I have a lot of crossover, so it's like fun that I have like some TikTok people. I've had people like discover me randomly, like they didn't even know I live streamed back when I was live streaming more often, and they're like, oh my god, I follow you on TikTok, and I was just like, that's so weird, what? There was someone one of my friends posted my art. Like I had this conversation the other day with my significant other. It's like weird to me that people know who I am because I'm not a social media person. I don't like posting on social media. I don't like posting my life out there. So one of my friends posted my art on Reddit and someone was like, oh my gosh, I follow this person on TikTok. And I was just like, what? Some random person on Reddit knows who I am? Like, it's just strange. It's just strange to me. Very cool, but very weird. And I don't know. It's just strange. Okay, well, anyway, now that I'm done freaking out to the world and all of these pieces are cut, we'll show you how hilariously they don't fit together and show you how the grinder is going to do all of the work for us. Yeah, got our textured little tree pieces. Yeah, so I am mostly self-taught. I watched some videos when I first started, but there wasn't really that much on YouTube. It was just a few years ago. So I would suggest if you can find somewhere close to you that does classes. I think if you're kind of on the edge, on the fence about it, that's a really good way to kind of get your feet wet without having to put like $500 into getting all the materials and the glass. Trust me, $500, you're not even going to get all the glass that you want if you have that included. So I would say if you can find a place with classes, that's the best. Because usually for some places, they'll just make you pay for like the glass and like solder and stuff. So it's a lot less of an investment than just like buying everything outright. But yeah, I taught myself, especially now with all of the resources that are on YouTube and all of the stained glass tutorials. Like, I'm not kidding, when I first started, the stained glass tutorials that existed on the internet, there were like 3 people, and all of the videos were from like 2010, and that was it. So there's been a huge boom. I post tutorial videos on my YouTube, so that might be a good resource for you for getting started. I would just try to read about it though. I simmered on the idea of doing stained glass for about 6 months before I actually was like, yes, took the leap. So I just read about it, watch videos. If you've been following me on TikTok, then you know that I post like little, I don't post as many tutorials on there as I used to, but I'm sure you're at least familiar with the process by now. I made one little stained glass butterfly, so tons of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but like the more you do it, the faster it gets. Like I can knock out some projects pretty fast now compared to when I first started. So it is a lot of work, and especially if you're a little kid. I remember I helped my grandpa with a stained glass project when I was like in 5th grade or something, and like my dexterity just like wasn't there, and I remember how hard it was. And then I don't know, I just like, I wanted something to do to where I could quit my job. And I was like, stained glass can't be that hard. I did it before. And so I just kind of like learned and taught myself and struggled through it for a few months. And yeah, now we're here. And I'm teaching the world how to do stained glass, which is just insanity to me. Just insane. I hope that helped. Hello there. How are you doing? Where's this piece? Did I not draw this one? I guess not. Yeah, this part always feels really hopeless. Because you're like, how am I going to get these pieces to fit together? It looks kind of like it fits together, but all these pieces are like lifted and crazy, so they don't. They don't. I'm pretty sloppy with my cutting too, so that's also on me. What is this? Oh. I guess I just didn't draw these pieces. It looks like 27 and 25. Oh wait, 27's right here. 25, it's just 25. Brain fart. Brain toot. Why would I not draw it on though? How did I do that? I don't even have to do this, but it feels very satisfying to like see the spoils of your hard work. So tomorrow I'll probably be able to grind this whole thing down and then maybe start foiling. We'll see. We'll see. There's no way I'm gonna like comfortably fit all these pieces in here, so I'm not gonna try, but I'll put them here. Usually what I do is I'll work my way like from the outside to the inside. It depends every time though, like when I'm grinding, because I feel like it's just easier that way. But everyone does things differently. So we need to cut out 25. I don't know why I didn't include it. So we have to find our white glass. Can I just use this? Ah, I remember why. I remember. So, do you have any advice on how to make this foil stick to the glass that has groove/texture? Yes. So if it is super, super textured, what I will do, I don't think I have the glass that I gave an example of in my video. Let me grab it so I can show you. I feel like it's better to show examples. If I can't find it within 10 seconds, then I'll just move on. This you can kind of see. Okay, so if it's like super, super textured like this is like crazy textured. It's like a brain. You can kind of see it. What I'll do is I'll kind of at an angle grind it down to get the severity of those waves and those bumps to kind of just like chill out a little bit. But what I just do is just make sure everything is super, super clean. So make sure you're getting all of the glass dust out of those grooves. And then really just like using your fid, so your little plastic thing that you're using to smooth it out, really just making sure you're getting in all of those crevices. That's honestly all you can do. I don't have a problem. I'm gonna lift my curtain up so I can get my fid. I don't have a problem with stuff like this. You just have to be very patient and just really make sure you like flatten it. Sometimes what I'll do to help too is if you heat up the foil by just rubbing your finger on it, that will help it adhere a little bit better. That's just kind of something that I've noticed. But I have this fid. So this is what I use to really get into those grooves. When I first started, I had this, and this thing sucks. I hate this thing so much. I actually had a different one, and then I got a new one, and this is terrible. I don't like this at all. So I switched to this one. This is my second one, and I love it. So, I love your work. Thank you. I'm trying to get started. The best means of getting started. So, oh, hold on. Let me turn the music down. I can't deal with lyrics while I'm trying to talk. So what I would say is if you can look around your area, see if there are classes that are offered. That'll be kind of the cheapest way. Maybe there's some classes where it's like you have to pay like $125 and then also buy all of the materials. So it kind of works out to not even being that great. But I know there are studios that all you have to do is buy like the solder, foil, and glass, and then you can like kind of borrow the tools. So if you can find a place with classes near you, that might be best. Personally, I'm self-taught. I was able to inherit maybe like half of the stuff from my grandpa, so like my grinder and everything, but a lot of the stuff I had to replace because he hadn't done it for like 4 years or something. So it was this was rusted, and I was like, which is why I struggled so much for my first project. So I had to replace a lot of the stuff. But if classes aren't an option, I would say if you can find a list of all the beginner tools that you need, you can piece together your kind of like own beginner kit. Like if you look for used stuff on eBay or just like really cheap stuff that you can find like on Amazon or wherever, or maybe if you have Nextdoor and like see if you have old neighbors, see if they used to do stained glass, because there's more stained glass artists out there that are just trying to get rid of their stuff than you think. You can try doing that, like piecing together your own little kit. Otherwise, it's hard to know. It's hard to know if it's going to be something you're going to stick with. Because my grandparents and then my great aunts, so like my grandparents' siblings, they all went and tried a stained glass class, and they were like, they all thought they were gonna love it, and my grandpa was the only one who stuck with it because it's super tedious, and it's like very, like, there's a piece that I did one time where it was a mountain range, and it was one huge piece with a bunch of different like zigzags for the trees and the different peaks. It took me an hour just to grind that one piece of glass. So it's something that just, if you like really tedious stuff and you have a very high level of patience, you'll probably love it, but it is kind of hard to know if you're gonna like it, which is why I suggest classes. I just like hyper focused and I was like, I'm gonna like this. So that's me, but not everyone's like that. Sorry, I'm so long-winded. I'm using a wood paintbrush. I just did my first project, but the foil lifted a bit after I soldered it. Yeah, so that's gonna happen. I really get in there. So sometimes people use, I'm trying to think of other things that you can use. I don't think a wooden paintbrush is going to be sufficient to getting all of the edges really flat. This was like $2. So if you can even find something that's similar to this, where you see how it's like tapered on the edge, like I've seen people use lighters and stuff, like just anything. So maybe just try, or you can order this online. I think they're super cheap even online. So yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so definitely make sure, if you haven't made sure the cutter works, make sure that the little roller wheel at the end, make sure that's mobile. Because otherwise you're going to do what I did when I first started, and you're going to struggle for like 8 hours to cut your glass. I would say just try to absorb some, like what I did when I like taught myself is I would sit down and I'd be like, all right, today I'm going to cut the glass. And then I tried to find as much information as I could, and I would watch whatever videos were available, but I would only watch like the first 30 seconds, and then I'd be like, I got this. And then I didn't. But just, I would go step by step and like be like cutting. I have all of my videos on my YouTube. I have it broken down by each step. I think the only one I don't have is patina and wax, but I covered that in my Monstera video that I posted last. But just take your time and really just like don't pressure yourself to get something done in a day or 2 days. Really, like what I did was I just kind of like simmered in it, you know. I just like let it soak in and just have patience with yourself. It's not gonna be easy when you first start. Like I started my first project, I almost started crying, and Brian came in and I was like, this is so hard. But just keep going, it'll be fine, I promise. Impatient. Very awesome. Yeah, this one's my favorite. You can also get this one, which has this little boot thing to open up your lead came, which that isn't necessary in the beginning, but it has a flat part here. This doesn't feel as tactile, like it's just not as, it doesn't feel as good as this. This is just like, like it's just speedy. I don't know. I love this one. I will always use this one. This is my last one, my first one that I had, where I used it so much that it has like this little booty in it now. So these are the best. I don't know what they're called, like a stick fid maybe. Just look up a stick fid, I think, and you'll find it. But oh, I hope I helped. I know I go on tangents, and I know that it's like really it's really intimidating when you first start, and it's really hard, but I would just say focus on one step at a time, right? Like I said, just one step, just get your glass planning down. Just figure out where all your pieces are going to go. Because like, for instance, you do have to keep in mind, and this was something that blew my mind, you have to keep in mind where your grain is going. So for instance, you can see in this blue sky, the grain is going horizontally. Now, if I had not planned that, and I had done it vertically, that would kind of look weird for a sky. I mean, maybe it could look like some contrails going through the air or something, but like, you'll want to kind of take into consideration whatever you're making, how you want the glass to look and how it's going to look in the final project, so how all the angles are going. So just take it one step at a time, right? Plan your glass out. Yeah. I hope that helps. It's so exciting. When I first started, I was so excited. Like I said, though, I cried the first time, but I'm kind of an emotional creature. It's fine. I was so overwhelmed and I was like, why did I do this? Ooh. I was so intent on it though. So I started my first project and I just didn't touch it for like 3 months. And then my significant other was like, Rachel, I thought you were going to do stained glass. Don't you want to be able to quit your job? And I was like, yeah, yes. So I persevered and everything was fine. I will be offering some patterns, more patterns, hopefully soon in my Etsy shop, just for like a little bit of cash, maybe like a few bucks per pattern, because a lot of the patterns, like free patterns that exist out there, just are so lame. Like there's a definite there's traditional stained glass, and then there's like kind of this new style stained glass that has emerged in the last like 2 or 3 years, where, you know, like we'll make some feathers, we'll make some crystals, we'll make some cute little honeycomb thingamabobs. It's just very different from like the traditional Tiffany style that kind of predominated the stained glass world for years. Yeah, it's definitely coming back. I mean, there's a lot of information, a lot more information out there than even there was 2 years ago. And every person that you are going to watch their videos and talk to, every person's going to do things slightly differently. So I think that there is a lot of value in getting in there and just like kind of figuring it out and learning how the glass breaks and learning that for yourself. Because there's things that I do that are very natural to me that I talk to other people and they're like, oh no. And I'm like, what? But it feels like I like doing it this way, which is why in my videos, I usually say, this is how I do it. So this is not, I always say it's not gospel. This is just how I taught myself how to do it and how I find it to be most comfortable. So it might not resonate with everyone, and that's fine, because what you're going to do is learn how to do it the way that's the most comfortable for you and the easiest for you. So what type of glass grinder do you use / recommend? I have the cheapest glass grinder. Oh, I did that clear glass because I was scared. Yeah, so that's a good thing too. So if you can buy some cheap, like, if you can't find glass, like, go to a thrift store and get some picture frames. So the picture frames are gonna have really, really thin glass, but at least you can kind of feel it out and feel how, like, what pressure you need to use. Art glass is very different than normal clear glass, so it's gonna cut differently, and every piece of glass that you use and that you work with is going to have a different texture, a different feel, a different weight to it, and that's not something that I ever heard anyone talk about. So the first glass that I ever used for my first project was probably is the hardest glass, the most difficult glass I have ever worked with, and that was what I did my first project with. And it was because I didn't know. That's it. There's nothing else to add. So the glass that I got is really textured. I don't have the glass anymore. Like, I used all of it, but it was super textured, and I didn't realize that every glass is like, even white glass can be harder to work with than any other color, especially if it's a color mixed with white. So for instance, this blue glass, because it has white in it, is a little bit tricky. So every project is going to be a learning experience for the first little while until you learn, you know, how your glass kind of feels. And like, you'll get to the point too, if you stick with it, that if you go to a glass store somewhere that you can touch it, you'll touch a piece of glass and you'll just like, no, you're just like, this is so hard to work with, I'm not doing that. I still buy glass even if I know it's going to be hard to work with, but it's just like something that I can't really describe. It just like instinctively happens where you're just like, whoa. But yeah, I use the cheapest glass grinder that's available. I have an Inland Whistling CG, and I'm going to upgrade very soon. I've been so busy this month. I haven't been able to get any of my stuff restocked or consider anything that I'm going to buy. But I'm going to upgrade, and I don't know what I'm going to upgrade to. The Whistling CG is a really good starter grinder. You can find them used on eBay for like $45. Like, they're nothing. And mine is still going. My grandpa had this back in like the 90s, early 2000s. So it kind of sputters out sometimes, which makes me nervous. Sorry. But little guy's still kicking. Bless his heart. Okay, anyway, now we officially have everything cut out as I rant forever. Let me see, where is, I'll show you my first project that I did so you can get an idea. Okay, so this was the first thing I did, and I actually plan on making a video about this soon because I'm gonna take this apart and redo it. As you can see, the solder is really rough. I had no idea what I was doing with soldering. I didn't watch any videos for soldering. I was just like, oh, we'll figure it out. And it came out really bad because I didn't have my iron high enough. So what I'm going to do is take this apart and redo it and do a video about it. But anyway, so you can see this glass is, even though this is the shiny side, it's very textured. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up. No, it's like wavy. Like it's different. It's different thicknesses. And then the back is insanely textured. So the fact that it's textured basically on both sides is terrible. And yeah, so this, like, I just had no idea what I was doing. I got really frustrated. And as you can see too, I placed the jump rings inappropriately. So I didn't place them on the solder lines themselves because I had no idea what I was doing. So as you can see with this one, I already broke it because I was like it's just, it can't last being on an edge like that. Now for my honeycombs, I do this, but my honeycombs, oh, I don't have any made right now. Ah! So you can see I do this for my honeycombs, but these are so light that this really isn't an issue. And I also have learned how to build up the solder so it's really, really thick surrounding it. That way it's just like, it's super stable. Like, you can really, and you can't bend it. But for this one, I just didn't know what I was doing. I used these itty bitty jump rings, and yeah, it's just, there it goes. Goodbye. Gone. So I should honestly be able to like take this apart really easily. You can see that's just coming right off. So yeah, I really want to redo this. This is my first piece. I love it. I'm going to redo it though, because I want to be able to hang it. All right, so we have this done. I hope that helped everyone. Thank you for asking such wonderful questions. All right, onward. Moving onward. So I'm also doing this. We're making 2 of them, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut these out as well because I planned this earlier today. I don't want this out. I don't even like this. Get in there. Also, in case anyone who's watching is not aware, this Monstera is what I made in my last video, and I'm going to be giving this away. So the details for the giveaway are on that video, so it's just the last video I posted. So yeah, if you want to win it, I'm going to be announcing it this Saturday the 3rd. So I'll be choosing, we're going to go biking, so I'll probably do the like random number generator thing and pick the winner probably around 8, and then I'll be announcing it on everything. So, oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I know for a lot of people that was just like a lot of information when you're not even trying to learn stained glass. But I like helping people learn, especially because like it was so hard when I first started. I struggled so much. So, and there was like nothing. There was nothing. It felt like there was no information on the internet at all. So, or like there was one video where it was like the start to finish entire process of making a stained glass window, and it was like 45 minutes long, and I was just like, this doesn't help me. It was in a dark room, didn't help me at all. I refused to watch it, and I was like, I'll just figure it out. So I did the hard part for everyone, and now I can impart my wisdom on the whole world. I like to color code all of my little scrappy bits. So this is my iridescent white and tan scrappy bits bin. I'll put that there, nice and crunchy right in your ear. Sometimes it's kind of unavoidable to have to cut on the textured side too. For instance, for this iridized glass, I didn't want to draw, I don't like to draw on the shiny part with Sharpie, because I find that it likes to just suck up the Sharpie, and then you'll have a piece that like you can see black marks on, and I just hate it. So oftentimes for my iridized pieces, you can't really see it, it kind of sucks, but it's iridescent. I'll invert the piece and I'll draw it on the back, but a lot of times with iridized glass, it's super textured on the back. You can kind of see it. So it can be a little bit tricky to work with, but as long as you're patient, it'll be fine. Patience is the name of the game. These anchors are a little bit intimidating for me too, because I'm going to be painting on this text, and I'm nervous because painting is really hard, especially if it's a font like this. So pray for me. Ah, very nice. Yes, I mean, a lot of times taking classes in person is kind of just the best, because you get your hands on it, and you like or have someone where if something pops up, you immediately can just be like, what just happened? They'll be like, it's okay, don't worry about it. I would love to eventually have my own in-person studio where I could teach people and teach classes. I think that would be super fun. I would love it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna paint it tomorrow. Because I have to grind it first. So I'm gonna cut everything tonight, and then I'm gonna paint it. So I'll either live stream it or film it. I think I'm gonna film it. I don't think I'll be live streaming it. Just because it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time. And sometimes, like, if I have to do something like that on live stream, I get kind of flustered. So I'll probably just be filming it and then potentially make a video about how I did it, because a lot of people have questions about how I paint stuff. So because yeah, I'm going to be painting the font and then these little lines as well to really just accentuate like the little sunburst that is there. So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be fine because it's basically just straight lines. It's just going to take forever. I kind of underestimated how long it was going to take. I just like didn't think about it, but hopefully I can get it knocked out pretty fast. But oh, it's fine. It'll be fine. I use Pebeo Vitria 160. I have it right here. Nope, can't see it. It's stained glass or glass specific paint. And the cool part about it is that you set it in the oven, like a traditional oven. You just bake it at 325 for 40 minutes and then it sets it, which is so cool because I don't have to have a kiln. Kilns are just, I can't even imagine how much of a pain in the katukas they are. This is sketchy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this break, but we're going to be really patient with it. We're going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this one. There's no way. If there's a will, there's a way. All right, y'all, let's try it. That should theoretically be impossible, but we're gonna take our time. Where is it? It's right here. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. You can't see it. It's like forming as I tap it. So what I'm doing, the reason why I'm doing this is because I make my score line here, and if I tap it on the back, this will help me deepen that score line. And what I'm doing is just kind of gently tapping. Sometimes I've really had to like hit it, but you can see, oh, you can't see. Yes, you can, right there. You can see that this is the back and the score goes all the way through. So I just have to be really delicate and do it this side. And this really is what's going to help you get these really weird breaks like that. Fun. Wonderful. We did it. Did it! You can also do the same thing on the side that you score it on. So sometimes for very difficult glass, what I'll do is I'll go along the score line with my breaking pliers and I just apply a little bit of pressure. And that's what what that's doing is deepening that score line so it will break more easily. So there's a few ways to do it, but for that first part, there's no way to get your pliers on it. So that's why I did what I have coined the back tap method. This glass is a little bit harder to work with, which is why I was a little bit nervous. But if we just take our time with it, coax it, it'll do what we want it to do. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let my grinder do the rest of that work. That is far too much glass for me to leave in any other situation, but for this, if that were to break and that like go flying and that piece break off, this is my last of this gray glass that I have, so that's why I'm like stressed about it. So it really depends. I get a lot of my stuff online at anythinginstainedglass.com. Their website is funky and looks like a scam, but I've ordered from them like 20 times at least, so I really like them. Stop. I've never ordered from Delphi. Delphi is a big company. I don't like corporations. So I order from them as little as possible. So I do not order from Delphi. But that's just my thing. A lot of people, a lot of stained glass artists I know order from Delphi and they love it. So it's a personal choice. Nothing wrong if you do get your stuff at Delphi either, for all my new stained glass artists. That's just, like I said, it's my personal thing where I try not to support the monopolies. Great. What? Why? It's being difficult. Tricky cuts. Tricky cuts, y'all. really do this that much because it looks really awkward and it feels awkward. What are you, how are you still hanging on? Don't get impatient. This is how we break things that we don't want to get broken. I think it's this piece right here. What is this thing's problem? And you're holding on still for what? This glass is being just a dramatic. What? I honestly don't know how this hasn't broken. What is this? I don't think I'm gonna be on tomorrow. I might reconsider. Especially like I can save the recording. So tentative. I'll be posting on my Discord whenever I go live. So just keep an eye out. It's usually around now. But we'll see. We will see. This is stupid. There it goes. All right. It's fine. You too. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all of the comments and questions and all that good stuff. I think this glass is so cool. All these wispy bits. Oh, sorry. That's like totally in the way. What the heck? These wispy bits. My next thing that I need to figure out is how the heck I'm gonna organize my glass, because all my little baby Tupperware bins are all running out of space. Everything is overflowing and I don't know where to put any of it. So I want to get some little like stackable plastic bins that are like very square and will fit like 4x4 in there. I saw some on like the Uline website, like that. It's like a website that for like packaging supplies and stuff. Saw them on there. It was like a 12 pack for $45. So I might upgrade that and my grinder this month after I pay my car insurance. It's already 7? Whoa. When did I start streaming? How long have I been streaming for? What the heck? Has it really been that long? Means I've been streaming for like 2 hours. I don't know. Should I stream painting the anchors? I think it would be kind of cool. I have to figure out a way to transfer the pattern onto the glass. There's no way to do it though, honestly. Like I'm just gonna have to handwrite it, but I don't know. I don't know. Usually what I try to do is I'll outline it with Sharpie. Oftentimes like the thin Sharpies. Like this one. I'll just get like the basic shape down and then I'll fill it out, make it thicker as I go. So I'll really just, a lot of the time that it takes is just like writing it out, but it's I think it's a simple enough font that it shouldn't give me too much trouble. It's gonna take me a few hours, for sure. gonna be so cool. I'm also gonna have to reinforce the crap out of this. So what I'll probably end up doing is crisscrossing some copper wire through the back. And I think that should be sufficient. And then what I'll end up doing is, not certain how I'm going to stabilize the bottom, other than probably making 2 L-shaped pieces of copper wire to attach to the back and go up the sides of the anchor. Oh, y'all, my neck is getting tired. Struggling. I've been working since 7 this morning, so I'm about at my limit of standing here. I'm also going to be painting on, I think I'll paint on the details for this little, so this is like a Santa hat on the top. So this is like the little red part, so I'll paint on this little, like where it like slumps over. Just because that's kind of the theme, is that I'm painting everything. So we'll get everything smoothed out, painted tomorrow. And then on Friday, I'll be able to set the pieces that I painted as well as foil everything. Maybe solder it too. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow I should be able to smooth out the daisy. Probably get about 2/3 of it done tomorrow. That's a very detailed piece, so it's gonna take me a bit longer, and I hate rushing. So we'll get it smoothed out. And then I also have the 2 goat portraits that I'm working on right now. So those I have to get the pattern printed out, and then I will plan and cut all that glass tomorrow as well. I don't normally like to do 4 commissions, 3 commissions all at the same time, but I'm kind of a slowpoke, and these people waited very patiently for me, and I just wanted to like get their commissions started. All right. So those are all the pieces for that. So I think I'm gonna go because it's time for me to chill. I've been working, like I said, since 7. So I appreciate everyone hanging out and asking questions and all that good stuff. And I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'm not gonna promise anything because that's gonna take forever. And usually I have to get up and like stop. So I'm gonna go have a great night, everyone. And I will see you, if not tomorrow,